So Devers and I are the same, except for that big ball of chaw in his mouth. And every single one of my fraternity brothers at the University of Michigan remembers the time when, just to bring this all full circle, as I've got my book next to me here.
Did you try it?
Have I never told you the story of when I dipped?
I don't think so.
The greatest Jews in sports book sitting next to me here. I went to the University of Michigan, and it was the first time in my entire life at my fraternity house I ever saw anybody dip.
Okay.
I'm not from a family of smokers.
Right.
Not from a family of tobacconists. I'm not, not from Skull or, Pinch and Cheek and Gum. I only saw the commercials growing up. Okay, I saw the commercials. You put a pinch between your cheek and gum. I knew that, right? So they're like, you got to give it a try, and I'm like, not a chance, not a chance, and they're all like, Eisen, you got to do it. So I decided to do it. Okay. Problem is I attempted to pack the tin myself. Okay. You know what that means?
Yes,
you snap it, right?
Yes.
And they try to teach me how to snap it.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen this.
I think I know where this is going.
I would have paid.
You don't know where this is going.
You
do not know where this is going. And I cannot believe I'm sharing this story publicly because it was of my many embarrassments in my life. This is top 5.
Oh, top 5.
Yes, it is.
Look, Rich, you ate male pizza. And I don't mean a guy pizza. I mean
Snail
pizza
mail
that was
pizza,
it's mailed to you.
F-A-I-L.
That's in my top 5. That's in my top 5 not proud moments. This is an embarrassing moment.
Okay.
It's a difference between embarrassing and not proud. So I grabbed the tin, and they're teaching me how to pack it with my index finger. You got to hold it and use your index finger to snap it. And so I grab it, and I snap it. And the tin pops open.
Oh, geez.
The tobacco, the chaw, flies up in the air and lands in my eyelid.
Oh, gosh.
So it didn't land in my pinch between my cheek and gum. It landed in between my eyeball and eyelid.
Oh, okay.
And just burned like crazy. And my eyes shut. And they're like, now suddenly I'm in need of medical attention. But the problem is my so-called fraternity brothers who have my back were all rolling around on the floor, breathing, hyperventilating for air because they were hysterical laughing.
As they should.
And I needed then to get some ice from the freezer and sit there. And that was the end of that. So I've never.
You tried.
Never. I tried. I attempted. A big offer. But like Moonlight Graham, that was it. My career was over, and I was off to bigger and better things to help others.
Not even one and done.
Yeah,
I was the Moonlight Graham of smokeless tobacco.
Well, if you've never had
attempts.
You should be thankful that you've never.
I'm never going to do it. I see Devers, and I'm like, how does he do that?
It's disgusting.
What is that?
Well, what they do now is, Rich, they take a whole pack of bubble gum.
Yeah.
They chew the bubble and they lay it out. They put the chaw inside it. Roll it up.
What do you mean they lay it out?
Yeah.
It's like a little rolling pin?
Yes,
Like
Play-Doh.
like
Dough.
Yeah,
like
and then they put it
What,
inside.
their fingers are already filled with pine tar and all that crap?
They're baseball players. And they put the chaw in the bubble gum, wrap it back up in a ball, and put it back in their mouth.
I'm horrified. I'm legitimately horrified right now.
It's gross.
It's not.
Professional athletes, they're disgusting.
I used to, I told you guys, I used to work security at Three River Stadium, like in the summers back in Pittsburgh, and so
you swapped the yellow slicker for a referee outfit. Is this at the same time that you were doing the Foot Locker?
It was around the same time. Yeah. Right. So after the game over, I'd walk Barry Bonds or Jeff Kent to the car, come back through the dugout, and in the dugout you'd have bags of sunflower seeds and cans of dip and snuff, and so I would take them to give to my friends. But one day, if you're in Pittsburgh, you know Smithfield Street and Wood Street. Smithfield Street News, waiting at the bus stop. I took a dip, and when I tell you that the entire world started to rotate as that nicotine hit my body that I wasn't used to, and I'm in the middle of Smithfield Street, like just wobbling and like puked in a garbage can because I had no idea what that was going to do to me.
I don't know.
Messed me up.
Who's more unhelpful in these two? Which would you guess is more unhelpful to be around when these smokeless tobacco incidents, which is the only way to call it, took place. My fraternity brothers, who I have already stipulated and told you, no help.
No help.
Or Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent. Quickly, you choose.
Bonds and Kent.
And I said
and
Kent.
Of all
I'm
the
sorry.
people to say that you're trying to help, Bonds and Jeff Kent.
I said Kent, and I meant Jeff King. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
very
Jeff
good.
King, former
King.
Pirate
Jeff
third
King.
baseman.
Jeff King.
Kent was just on my mind for whatever.
King had a nice
they
year.
were Dodgers
King, yes,
teammates.
not Kent.
Okay, very good. Joining us right here on the Rich Eisen Show, I believe calling in on the guest line is someone who was there, University of Michigan graduate finest, Donald Martin Bonds of the great state of Ohio. How are you, Don?
Rich, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Do you want to tell your recollection of that day, Don, to my friends who are very excited to hear this?
Well, sure. I think it was, first of all, I have a couple of very strong opinions about this. It was very obvious from the way you were holding the can that this wasn't going to go well. You're supposed to kind of encircle it, and you were just kind of pinching the lid.
Yes.
And I just knew that the lid was going to fly off when you started smacking it up and down. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The other thing I'll say is that is, of all the things that happened, that is probably the best possible outcome that happened.
Because I would have choked on it if I'd actually applied it into my my gourd.
If you had put some between your cheek and gum, I have no doubt that you would have swallowed some. You would have swallowed a lot of saliva, and you would have been as sick as a dog. There's no question about it.
As opposed to being temporarily blind, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
You know, because part of the story I was telling Don is that I needed some medical assistance, and you and the other people who were witnessing this were of no use because you were too busy hysterical, laughing, rolling on the ground. That happened. Do you at least remember that, Don? Do you remember that at least?
That's accurate, but the same thing happened when Kreese swallowed a whole cup full of cigarette butts.
That's right, like Spalding. He did it like Spalding. It was like Spalding, and it kind of.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Oh.
He just threw up in the backyard for 25 minutes.
By the way, Don is the guy, one of the, there's two people in my life who, during Michigan Wolverine football games, where we live and die and basically say, this is not happening tonight. This is not happening. And then at the very end, over 6 times this past year, we're like, yes, it's happening. It's happening, right, Don? This is happening.
Yeah,
right?
It is. Hopefully we can keep it going.
Let's hope so, man.
But me and Rich are both JJ guys, so.
Yeah, well, right now, I think it's inevitable. I think that kid's going to get in there. I think he's going to play half the Ohio State game at the very least, Don. What do you think? I
think he's going to need to if we want to win it.
There we go. Don Bonds, everybody.
Hey, Rich.
He's holding down the fort.
Can I ask Don a question?
Yeah.
Hey, Don, what's up?
What's happening?
Hey, tell us, man, what was Rich like?
We're out of time.
Wait a second.
No.
It's not even
We're
that.
out of time.
It's not even quite that. The question is like,
we're out of time.
I like to look people's history. Like, we're Rich's today. Did you see this path coming from when you guys were in college? Was he like on the route, on the path to doing what he's doing right now?
He kind of was. He used to do stand-up comedy and read Penthouse Forum like Howard Cosell.
And that was on demand by the fraternity brothers.
Just reading the letters in voice?
On demand. Yeah. I'd just be getting ready to go to school, go to class, and like Don and half them are like, do a show right now. I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
He used to do Sinatra karaoke. He was...
I still do.
He still does that.
Yeah.
He still does that.
All right, Don, you take care, brother. You take care.
Thanks, guys.
I'll text you Saturday. We'll see you Saturday. There you go. He was there.
I just like to know people's origins and
I
stories like
that.
you do with your thing.
I appreciate that. He saw, I never knew that he saw that I was going to screw it up with the tin, and they didn't say anything.
Yeah, because you got to hold it.
They
It's
wanted
like
to see you fail.
He said it was the best possible outcome. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.